This is the lesson of the lizard. He can be caught with the hand. Lizards can be caught with a hand, yet are found in king's palaces. Now here we have tree lizards, we have alligator lizards, we have striped lizards. Actually, the lizards of the Middle East, the lizards of Israel, the lizards were geckos. And what is the difference between a lizard and a gecko? The difference between a lizard and a gecko is that these little guys have suction pads in their feet. And they can go up the side of a wall, and they can go across the ceiling because of these little suction pads. Does anybody here have a gecko shirt? Yeah. Oh, gecko watch. Well, that's a great reminder. The gecko is the lesson of what? These are little silent infiltrators, even because you don't tell geckos, no shoes, no shirt, no service. You do not say to a gecko, keep out, no geckos allowed. They're going to go in. Laity means the people of God. You've got in the church, and this goes back many centuries, and it is a terrible problem in the church, that you've got two classes, the clergy and the laity. That's where the word laity comes from. We are the class who are supposedly secular, and clergy are the class who are supposedly spiritual. Only problem with that is it's not biblical. In the biblical view, every member of the church is just as spiritual, just as committed, just as dedicated as the pastors and the missionaries and the professional religionists. Our task is to take that same quality of spiritual dedication out into the world and penetrate the world. You are here this summer penetrating the world of camping with Christ in you. And the vision of how the laity can do that, those of you who are going to be doctors, lawyers, professionals, nurses, teachers, coaches, whatever your work is going to be, that may not be, quote unquote, quote, here's a horrible phrase, full-time Christian service. There are no Christians that are not in full-time Christian service. The only question is whether or not we're obedient out in the world, just as the question for the clergymen, the pastors, is whether or not they're being obedient. And the issue is whether or not we're going to penetrate the world. You see, the whole issue is whether or not you see the church in a box. Is your church in a box? If so, then it's down there from me at the corner of Shook and Mulberry in San Antonio. Is that where my church is? Of course not. My church is all over San Antonio, in the hospitals, the schools, the professional offices, the corporate headquarters. That's where the church is. It's wherever we are. We penetrate the world. We infiltrate the world. We honeycomb society. And this summer we interpenetrate the life of Christ in the lives of these campers. What is the wisdom that we need? Every one of these are called to humility. Every one of these are called to the life